The year is 2145, and humanity's reach has extended far beyond Earth. The United Earth Government, UEG, has established its first diplomatic envoy, led by Ambassador Alex Carter, to make first contact with the Xalor, a formidable and technologically advanced alien species. The Xalor are known for their military prowess and isolationist policies, making this mission critical and precarious. The diplomatic ship, the Horizon, arrives at the Xalor homeworld, a planet shrouded in swirling blue clouds and encased in an aura of electric energy. Carter and their team are met with a cold reception as they land. The Xalor, towering and clad in bioluminescent armor, express their disdain and suspicion. An initial meeting in the Grand Xalor Council chamber is tense, with the Xalor leader, Supreme Commander Vrax, demanding a reason for the human intrusion. The Xalor's aggressive stance quickly escalates. Vrax accuses the humans of encroaching on their territory and threatens retaliation. Carter must navigate a series of hostile questions and cultural barriers. Misunderstandings abound, human gestures and protocols are misinterpreted as threats. The situation becomes even more precarious when a malfunction in the communication devices amplifies their misunderstandings, almost leading to a diplomatic breakdown. Using a blend of patience and cultural sensitivity, Carter proposes a solution to demonstrate goodwill, an exchange of cultural artifacts and technology in a gesture of peace. The Xalor are skeptical but agree to a trial period. The Horizon is allowed to stay in orbit, and an uneasy truce is established. Carter's diplomatic finesse has prevented immediate conflict, but the path ahead remains fraught with challenges. Months after the initial contact, Earth and the Xalor have tentatively established trade and communication. However, a new crisis threatens this fragile peace. A Xalor colony on the edge of their territory is attacked, and preliminary evidence points to human involvement. The Xalor are outraged, and the diplomatic envoy is under immense pressure. The Xalor Council demands that humanity account for the attack. They issue an ultimatum: if the culprits are not identified and punished, they will consider Earth a hostile power. Ambassador Carter and their team are thrust into a dire situation, with the threat of war looming large. The diplomatic mission is in jeopardy, and tensions are sky-high. Carter initiates an investigation, but evidence is scarce and conflicting. The Xalor grow increasingly belligerent as the days pass, and factions within the Xalor government begin to advocate for a preemptive strike against Earth. Internal discord within the Xalor government and a hidden agenda of a rogue faction further complicate the investigation. Carter faces not only diplomatic hostility but also the risk of escalating violence. Through meticulous investigation and leveraging technological assets, Carter uncovers evidence that points to a rogue Xalor faction seeking to destabilize the peace for their gain. Presenting this evidence to Vrax, Carter persuades the Xalor to halt their aggressive actions and seek a diplomatic solution. The peace agreement is salvaged, and the diplomatic team's credibility is restored, but the threat of internal strife within the Xalor remains. The Interstellar Summit is convened to address galaxy-wide issues. Held on a neutral space station, it brings together representatives from various species, including the Xalor. The summit's agenda includes discussing resource allocation, which has become a point of contention among the species due to recent shortages. As the summit progresses, a crisis emerges: a critical resource, essential for several species' survival, is in dangerously short supply. Accusations fly as various factions vie for control of the dwindling supply. The summit is on the verge of collapse, with tensions boiling over and threats of conflict emerging. Ambassador Carter is tasked with mediating the situation, but the factions are deeply entrenched in their positions. Negotiations are further complicated by historical grievances and differing priorities. Carter must navigate a labyrinth of political maneuvering and conflicting interests. The specter of interstellar war looms as the deadline for resource allocation approaches. Carter proposes a novel solution involving a cooperative resource-sharing agreement and joint technological advancements to mitigate future shortages. The proposal is met with resistance but eventually gains traction as the factions see the benefits of a united front. The summit ends with a groundbreaking agreement, and humanity is hailed for its diplomatic ingenuity, setting a precedent for future interstellar cooperation. With the summit's success, humanity has earned a place of respect among the galaxy's species. Back on Earth, Ambassador Carter is celebrated as a hero. However, maintaining the newly established alliances proves to be challenging. Internal factions and external pressures threaten the delicate peace. As Earth's political landscape shifts, factions within the UEG question the efficacy and cost of maintaining interstellar diplomacy. Concurrently, some alien species are skeptical of the new status quo and threaten to withdraw from the agreements. Carter must navigate political turbulence and interstellar skepticism to preserve the fragile peace. Carter engages in high-stakes negotiations to address these concerns. They must deal with a powerful Earth politician seeking to undermine the interstellar agreements for personal gain, as well as alien representatives who are disillusioned by the slow pace of change. The risk of unraveling the diplomatic progress is high, and the stakes are even higher. Carter implements a series of measures, including strengthening diplomatic channels, enhancing cultural exchanges, and addressing grievances from all parties. Their efforts culminate in a new interstellar treaty that reinforces the commitments made during the summit. Carter's legacy is solidified as a symbol of diplomatic resilience and strategic acumen, ensuring that the future of interstellar relations remains bright. This structure provides a focused narrative with escalating tension and clear resolutions, showcasing humanity's diplomatic prowess in a futuristic setting.